Here's a banking paradox that sounds completely backwards. The more bank accounts you have, the less confused your money becomes. Most people keep everything in one or two accounts. Their paycheck lands there, their bills come out of there, their savings sit there, their spending happens there. It's all mixed together in one chaotic pile, and every single month, they ask the same question: where did all my money go? They earned a decent paycheck, they weren't reckless, but somehow the account is nearly empty again. Meanwhile, there's a small group of people who seem to effortlessly save money, never miss bills, always have cash for emergencies, and still enjoy their lives without guilt. Same income levels, same cost of living, but completely different financial realities. What's the difference? They use a system so simple that most people dismiss it as unnecessary. A system so effective that it automates good financial behavior without requiring any willpower. And yes, there's a reason your bank will never proactively teach you the system. Because when you implement it correctly, you become a less profitable customer. Let me show you exactly what happens when all your money lives in one place. Let's call this person Marcus. He earns $58,000 per year. Monthly take home, $4,000. On the first of the month, his paycheck hits his checking account. Balance, $4,000. He feels good. He feels flush. He has money. Within 3 days, rent auto pays. $1,500 gone. Car payment hits. $350. Insurance, $160. Student loan, $280. Balance after 5 days, $1,710. Still seems reasonable. He can work with this. But now the psychological confusion begins. He sees $1,700 in his account. His brain interprets this as money I have to spend. He doesn't mentally account for the fact that groceries, gas, utilities, and his credit card payment are still coming. His brain just sees the number and feels permission. So he goes out to dinner, approves a weekend trip with friends, buys those shoes he's been eyeing, upgrades his streaming subscriptions. None of it feels reckless in the moment. By day 20 of the month, he checks his account, $312 remaining. Panic sets in. How did this happen? He wasn't irresponsible. Where did it all go? The final utility bill hits. The credit card payment processes. He's now at $73 with a week left until his next paycheck. He throws groceries on a credit card. He skips the oil change. He tells himself next month will be different. But next month, the exact same cycle repeats. This isn't a character flaw. This is a structural design flaw. When all money exists in one pool, your brain cannot differentiate between committed money and available money. You're asking your primitive brain, which evolved to survive in scarcity, to perform advanced accounting while also resisting every psychological temptation modern consumer culture throws at you. It's not a willpower problem. It's an architecture problem. And the solution isn't discipline. It's structure. Welcome back to Prosperity Levels. Today, we're breaking down the 5-account system that automates financial success. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. Why doesn't your bank teach you the system during account setup? Because banks don't profit when you're organized and in control. They profit from 3 specific behaviors: overdraft fees, minimum balance violations, and you keeping excess cash in low-yield checking accounts. Look at the data. U.S. banks collect over $8 billion in overdraft fees annually. $8 billion. Those fees don't come from sophisticated criminals. They come from normal people who lost track of which bills were coming out of their single checking account. When you implement a proper account structure, overdrafts become virtually impossible. You always know exactly what money is designated for what purpose. Banks also profit when you park $5,000 in a checking account, earning 0.01% interest money they immediately lend out at 7%. The 5-account system forces you to designate that idle cash properly. Some goes to high-yield savings. Some goes to investments. The bank's profit margin on your deposits shrinks. Additionally, when you're financially organized, you're less likely to carry credit card balances, take out high-interest personal loans, or make panic-driven financial decisions that generate fee income. You become what banks call a low-value customer. You use their infrastructure, but you don't generate profit. And they have zero incentive to create low-value customers. So they keep accounts set up simple. One checking, maybe one savings. They make opening additional accounts feel like unnecessary complexity. They profit from your confusion. But once you understand the system, you'll never go back. If this sounds like the clarity you've been missing, hit subscribe. Let's build the structure. Here's the complete framework. 5 accounts, each with one specific job. When money knows its job, it behaves. Account 1, the income buffer. This is where your paycheck lands, and only your paycheck. Think of it as the loading dock, not the warehouse. Money doesn't live here. It just passes through on its way to its designated job. This account should empty almost completely every single month. Account 2, the bills account. This account has one purpose. Pay your fixed monthly obligations on autopilot without you thinking about it. Rent, mortgage, car payment, insurance, minimum debt payments, utilities, anything that's predictable and recurring. This account is boring, automated, and absolutely critical. Account 3, the emergency account. This is your financial shield. This account exists to absorb surprises without breaking your system. Medical bills, car repairs, job loss, broken appliances, life's inevitable friction. This account keeps those events from becoming crises. Account 4, the freedom account. This is your guilt-free spending money. Restaurants, entertainment, hobbies, travel, spontaneous purchases. This is life enjoyment funding. Here's the key. When this account has money, you can spend it without guilt, without spreadsheets, without anxiety, because everything else is already handled. Account 5, the wealth account. This account has one job: grow. Investments, index funds, retirement contributions, money that's building your future, compounding silently in the background. 5 accounts, 5 distinct jobs. Money flows through the system like an assembly line, and you're never confused about what you can spend, what you must save, or what's already spoken for. Now, let's break down exactly how to structure each one and what percentage of your income flows where. Account 1 is your income buffer. This is a standard checking account at your primary bank. Your employer deposits your paycheck here. That's it. This account should maintain a small minimum balance, say $200 to $500, just enough to avoid monthly fees. Beyond that, it should be nearly empty most of the time. Why? Because money sitting here is unassigned. It's tempting. It creates confusion. The entire point of this system is to eliminate that confusion. On payday, ideally the same day your paycheck hits, you execute your distribution. Money flows from here to the other 4 accounts based on your predetermined percentages. This isn't a decision you make emotionally each month. You set the percentages once, automate the transfers, and let the system run. Think of account 1 as the entry point to a water distribution system. Water doesn't pool at the entry, it's immediately routed through pipes to exactly where it needs to go. Account 2 is your bills account. This is where predictability lives. Every fixed, recurring expense comes out of this account automatically. First, calculate your total monthly fixed obligations: rent, mortgage, car payment, insurance premiums, loan minimums, phone bill, internet, subscriptions. You're keeping at it all. Let's say that number is $2,200. That's your monthly target for this account. On payday, you transfer exactly that amount, $2,200, from your income buffer to your bills account every single month, like clockwork. Then you set every single one of those bills to autopay from this account. You configure it once, and then you never think about it again. This account runs itself. Bills get paid on time, every time. You're never surprised. You're never late. You never pay late fees or damage your credit score. The psychological relief this creates is profound. An entire category of financial stress, did I pay that bill, completely disappears from your life. Pro tip: keep a buffer of 1 month's expenses in this account. So if your monthly bills total $2,200, maintain a $4,200 balance. That gives you cushion and eliminates any timing anxiety. Account 3 is your emergency account. This is a high-yield savings account, ideally at an online bank offering competitive 4 to 5% interest rates. This account has one job: protect you from forced panic decisions. Car breaks down? Emergency account. Medical bill? Emergency account. Temporary job loss? Emergency account. Your target is 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. Notice I said essential, not your full lifestyle. Just enough to keep the lights on and food on the table. If your true survival baseline is $3,000 per month, your emergency fund target is $9,000 to $18,000. This account gets built through automatic monthly transfers. Even if it's just $150 or $200 per month, you're making progress. Here's the rule: this account is invisible until it's not. You don't touch it for vacations, gifts, or impulse purchases. You only touch it for genuine emergencies. And when you do use it, because eventually you immediately begin refilling it with those same automatic contributions until it's back to target. This account is the difference between a financial setback and a financial catastrophe. It's the account that keeps you from going into debt when life happens. Account 4 is your freedom account. This is the account most people forget, and it's the reason most budgets fail. This is your guilt-free spending money. Dining out, coffee, entertainment, hobbies, clothing, spontaneous purchases, anything that makes life enjoyable. Here's why this account is critical. If you don't explicitly budget for fun, you'll either feel deprived and eventually binge spend, or you'll steal from other categories and break your system. The beauty of this account is psychological permission. When money is in this account, you can spend it freely without guilt, without tracking every transaction, without justifying it. Why? Because your bills are handled, your emergency fund is growing, your investments are compounding. You've done the responsible work. This is your reward. How much goes here? It depends on your income and priorities, but typically 10 to 20% of your take-home pay. If you earn $4,000 per month, that might be $400 to $800. That's your fun money. Spend it. Enjoy it. That's literally what it's for. When it's gone, you wait until next month. But while it's there, zero guilt. This is the account that makes the entire system sustainable. Account 5 is your wealth account. This is money that's building your future. This account is not for emergencies. It's not for spending. It's for compounding. This could be a brokerage account with low-cost index funds, a Roth IRA, a 401(k), or a combination. The vehicle matters less than the behavior. Consistent contributions that never get touched. Ideally, you're directing at least 10 to 15% of your income here. If you're earning $4,000 per month, that's $400 to $600. This transfer happens automatically on payday. You don't wait to see what's left over. You don't decide based on how you feel. It happens first, before you can talk yourself out of it. This is the account that breaks you free from paycheck dependency. This is the machine that eventually earns money while you sleep. In year 1, the balance feels insignificant. By year 5, it's starting to work. By year 10, it's producing returns that rival your monthly contributions. By year 20, it's producing freedom. This account doesn't make you feel rich today, but it makes you actually wealthy tomorrow. And that's a trade most people never make because the system never forced them to. So here's a clean allocation formula for someone earning $4,000 per month. Take home, bills account, 55% $2,200. This covers all fixed obligations. Emergency account, 5% $200. Building the shield consistently. Freedom account, 15% $600. Guilt-free life enjoyment. Wealth account, 15% $600. Future compounding machine. Income buffer, the remaining 10% for $100. This stays in the buffer as a dynamic cushion or gets allocated to variable quarterly savings goals. Notice these percentages are guidelines, not commandments. Your exact split depends on your cost of living, your debt situation, and your goals. High cost of living area? Bills might require 65%. Already have a solid emergency fund? Drop that category to 0 and boost your wealth account to 20%. The point isn't perfection. The point is structure. Every dollar has a name and a job before it ever hits your hands. Let me show you this in action. Meet Jennifer, 29 years old, marketing coordinator. $62,000 per year, 40 to 100 monthly take home. Before implementing this system, Jennifer was the classic, "Where did my money go?" case. She wasn't irresponsible, but she was constantly stressed, occasionally late on bills, and had saved almost nothing. She set up the 5 accounts over one weekend. Account 1 at her primary bank for income. Account 2 at the same bank for bills. Account 3 as a high-yield online savings for emergencies. Account 4 was a separate checking account she nicknamed Fun Money. Psychological labeling matters. Account 5 was a Roth IRA at a brokerage with automatic index fund purchases. She calculated her fixed bills, $2,400 per month. Emergency contributions, $250. Freedom money, $600. Wealth building, $550. Buffer, $400. She set up automatic transfers to execute every payday. She set all bills to auto-pay from account 2. She automated her Roth contribution. Then she stopped thinking about it. First month felt weird. She kept checking accounts obsessively, but nothing broke. Bills paid themselves. Her Fun Money account told her exactly what she could spend guilt-free. By month 3, she stopped checking constantly. The system was running itself. By month 6, her emergency fund hit $3,000 more savings than she'd ever had. By month 12, she had $7,200 in her Roth, $4,000 in emergency savings, and she'd never missed a single bill or felt that end-of-month panic. Same income, same expenses, completely different financial reality. The only thing that changed was structure. Now, it's addressed the 3 mistakes that break this system before it starts working. Mistake 1. Rating the emergency account for non-emergencies. A vacation is not an emergency. A sale is not an emergency. If it was predictable, it's not an emergency. If you raid this account for wants instead of needs, you destroy the foundation. The system collapses the moment a real emergency hits. Mistake 2. You're funding the freedom account. If you allocate $50 per month for fun, and you're a human being who enjoys life, you will break the system. Be realistic. Give yourself enough freedom money that you don't feel deprived. Otherwise, you'll sabotage the whole structure in a moment of resentment. Mistake 3. Not actually automating. If you manually decide each month whether to transfer money, you'll skip it. Motivation is unreliable. Automation is forever. Set it up once. Let it run. Your only job is to occasionally rebalance percentages as your income or expenses change. Here's what shifts once the system is running. First, financial stress drops dramatically. You're never wondering if you forgot a bill. Second, you can spend your freedom money without guilt. That coffee? Covered. That concert? Already budgeted. You're not stealing from your future. Third, your wealth building becomes invisible and automatic. You're investing consistently without feeling the sacrifice because it happens before you see the money. Fourth, emergencies stop being catastrophic. Your car needs new tires? Annoying, but your emergency account absorbs it. Your life continues normally. Fifth, you gain clarity. At any moment, you know exactly what you can spend, what's protected, and what's growing. The mental fog lifts completely. Here's your implementation checklist. Step 1. Calculate your monthly fixed expenses to the dollar. This determines your bills account target. Step 2. Open the accounts. Most banks let you open multiple accounts online in under 10 minutes. Do it today. Step 3. Decide your allocation percentages. Use the formula I gave you as a starting point and adjust for your situation. Step 4. Set up automatic transfers from your income buffer to the other 4 accounts. Schedule them for the day after payday. Step 5. Move all bill auto-pays to your bills account. Update payment methods one by one. This takes an hour, but you only do it once. Step 6. Let it run for 3 months without tweaking. Give the system time to prove itself before you make adjustments. The 5-account system isn't complicated. It's just unfamiliar. And unfamiliar feels like work, so most people never start. But the people who implement this report the same experience. Within 90 days, it becomes invisible. The system runs itself, and money stress drops by 70%. Not because they're earning more, not because they're suddenly disciplined, but because the structure forces good behavior automatically. Your bank will never teach you this. Financial influencers selling courses have no incentive to give you something this simple, but it works. If this framework gave you clarity, smash the like button. It tells the algorithm to show this to others who are stuck in the one account confusion trap. I've created a free 5-account setup guide with exact step-by-step instructions, bank recommendations, and a calculator that shows your personalized percentages. Link in the description, and subscribe to Prosperity Levels, because next week, we're covering the automatic savings schedule that builds a 6-month emergency fund in under 18 months even on a tight budget. The goal isn't complexity, it's clarity. The 5 accounts give you clarity, and clarity is the foundation of every other financial win you'll ever have. Now, go set up your system. Your future self will thank you.